All right, we should be live. What's up, everybody? Serious Jest here. Yes, this is round two. Round two of Season 2 Champion Cup, the official Cabalvision PS4 Champion Cup, right here, right now. The first match of round two, and it's Didn't Hug Me Enough, which is a Dark Elf team coached by last year's finalist FantFox, who lost to our champ Arzawane, and who has been knocked out in the first round, by the way. A lot of upsets in the first round. And there you see, Mom Didn't Hug Me Enough, FantFox, the coach, representing the Blood and Tears League, B&T, that's what that stands for. And his opponent, the visiting team, Sergul 77's Brett team, which, shoot, now I just lost. What's the name again, Bernie? I'm joined by my co-host, Bernie. BernieBuffon, ladies and gentlemen. What's Sergul's team name again? It just switched off the screen, and
Nobles HISPANOS.
That's right, Nobles HISPANOS. That's what it is. Sorry. The Brett team had a big upset on a team that a lot of us picked to win the whole thing, the Afterlife Mints. A sick undead team with just like a nasty amount of stat-ups. And as the ball is kicked off, the Nobles HISPANOS, because of the brilliant coaching of Sergul 77, will get an extra reroll. And what a kickoff. The ball put in one of the worst possible places that the offense could put it in. Right there the only way this could be worse is if that was a blitz. Right? The blitz would have ran up, grabbed it, gone right back behind the line of scrimmage. But that ball, for all intents and purposes, that's in a very, very dangerous spot. Now, luckily, this is for the offense. They are an elf team. High agility, so they go and they pick that up. But if it was like a lower agility team, that's a really scary... Oh, until they decide to do something risky like that and try to farm SPP by passing it. Now they just burnt that reroll that they got. Or actually, the other team got the reroll, but they burnt one of their rerolls really early on kind of a needless pass. And now we're seeing the elf line try to lay the smackdown and give their ball carrier a little room and not let these Bretts anywhere near the ball. A little back kick there from Montgomery Burns. Now, if you haven't noticed, the Mom Didn't Hug Me Enough team is a team made up of people named after a lot of characters whose mother didn't hug them enough. And there you see one of them, the Joker, who throws a block, unable to knock the recipient down, who is a sidestepper who positions himself so he would have got a nasty hit on the starting with the very next turn without even having to blitz, but then tries to dodge away, and I'm not sure if that was a calculated risk or if he just forgot to account for the fact that that particular player has the diving skill, the diving tackle skill. And here comes Hans Gruber with a getting knocked out. It was Hans Gruber getting knocked out, right, by Lothar D'Artois. And now it looks like Voldemort is getting marked up. We're having this peasant run in here, Mahotam, which is Wizard Tom, Mahotam, like Magician Tom, or Tom the Magician. That's what it translates to. And the Nobles HISPANOS is surrounding some of these elves. And in my opinion, that's how you beat elves. You just mark them up consistently, force them to try to dodge away. The only problem is that dark elves are kind of a little bashier, well, much bashier than wood elves, and their armor holds up for the most part. So these guys will sit in here and bash with you if you mark them up. You got to be careful. And the thing is, because of their high agility, they can dodge away and give each other assists and stuff like that. And you see the Joker get up here, and he didn't like the way that he was tossed to the deck by that diving tackle piece, and he returns the favor on his teammate with a nasty sidekick, and Engeran del Viejo, the old man, is KO'd. And the apple will not be used, obviously, at this point. This way too early for that. He's going to lay there on the sideline. They're going to get him his geriatric care, and we should be caught up. We are caught up now, yeah. And thank you for being so patient, Bernie. And now we are... back in the mix.
Yeah, it is. It's been a good start. I obviously went for Sergul for this. I picked him. Did you pick FantFox for this? I can't remember.
I did. I think the Mom Didn't Hug Me Enough team is going to win. Although I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, this is going to be a tough match, and this one's going to be. These are all hard to call. So.
Yeah, we've got, like I say, all 16 coaches, very good. So they're always going to be tough to call. You're always going to get upset. But I think, Sergul, top 5 coach on the PS4. That's the only reason. I think that's the only reason I went for him.
You've
FantFox is a
said that.
great coach as
That's a
well. But
bold claim.
yeah, I mean, the thing is, I think he played a lot early on in when football came out, but then I think he went away and he's come back. And already this season with Lizards, what is he? Played something like 16, won 13, drawn 3, lost none. He's just an immense talent, this coach.
Yeah, I think
And
that you said, yeah, that
that's
sold it for you, right? Undefeated team. You think they're going to stay undefeated?
I don't know if I don't think he'll stay undefeated. Although it wouldn't surprise me with his Lizards, because like I say, you can always have one game where everything just goes wrong for you, or you just meet a coach who's just as good as you and can beat you. But I think he'll win his majority of games. I think he's that good.
By the way, V Power V is in the chat. V Power V, another one of our coaches, and he did advance to the next round, right? I'm sorry, it's a lot going on today. Yeah.
He beat the champ.
Oh, yep. There you go. He's the one that got the that was the rematch from last year. Those two coaches, last year the champ unseated him, and this year he unseated the champ or knocked him out in the first round. V Power V is weighing in. He says he thinks the Delphs are going to take it today as well. So you are sitting so far in the minority of the predictions, but again, I wouldn't be surprised. I think this is going to be a good game either way.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I was found myself when I tipped the Cabalvi's team to knock out the champions, so I'm not worried about that. Oh, that's not good though. Double skulls and double skulls again. Oh my word! 4 skulls on a trot. It's like he's been cursed.
What a time for that to happen to you, huh? In the playoffs with the quadruple skulls. But in terms of the match, it's not the worst time. You can deal with that. It sucks though because you burned a reroll and you still got your quadruple skulls. So.
Yeah, I mean the lucky thing was he got that reroll for free, didn't he, on his training? So
True.
It's just a shame for him.
It's not like he doesn't have rerolls to spare, right?
No. I mean, I think the reason why people are picking the Dark Elves is because people know who FantFox is. FantFox got to the final, brilliant coach, top coach, but not many people know who Sergel is. I'm one of those few probably seen him play a lot, because obviously, as you know, I watch a lot of matches, and he's on another level to most people. And that's the only reason I went for him. I mean, I kicked myself when I didn't go for him against Afterlife Mints, because we all thought Afterlife Mints, even that would be a step too far for Sergel, but he won that well, didn't he?
Yeah.
So I thought, well, I can't go against him unless he comes up against Jest.
So, well, this year, I think I've been pretty clear. I don't think there's a BernieBuffon curse. I think this year it's a blessing, the triple B rating, as I like to call it, the BernieBuffon rating. So I, for one, am glad to have the Bernie endorsement behind me because I think it's going to help in the long run.
Yeah. I mean, it was like the game you've got coming up. That is an interesting one. That's going to be tough.
Yeah. I mean, he's either going to destroy. I'm going against, for those of you that don't know, my High Elves, the Swagger Squad, is going against Dynar 321's Here for Another Beer. Last year he ran with humans. This year he went Bashir and went with orcs. So I think that the key to that game is going to be staying alive. If he's going to try to bash me to death, and I'm just going to try to keep escaping the bash and scoring touchdowns. And if enough of my guys can survive to the end of the game, I'll be all right. That's going to be the key to it.
Yeah, absolutely. It's going to be a close one.
And here comes a hit on Viejo Colega.
That was a good shot. But I mean, yeah, that was the only team when I tipped your guys to win it. The only team I didn't win you coming up against was them.
Yeah, Here for Another Beer. Yeah, that was one of the few ones I looked at like, that one would be a particular there's no easy matchups here in the playoffs, but that one is just particularly difficult. Combining a good coach with a great coach. Dino's a great coach, but combining that with just such a potent team, But I think I've said this to you though, Bernie. I think that team, the way it's built with all that guard, I don't think there's many. I mean, the one team that maybe could have outbashed them would have been the Afterlife Mints. But aside from that, I don't see any other team really outbashing them. So if you're not going to outbash them, you got to outdodge them, you got to outrun them, you got to stay out of contact. And I think my team is built to do that. So I think the teams that are more likely to beat that team is not another bashy team. I think it's a dodgy team. So Swagger Squad may be up to the task.
Yeah, I mean, I think Dynar's the same. He wouldn't have wanted to play you. Oh, he's dead!
Woo!
Wow. Oh, first death.
And he's just a peasant,
Unbelievable.
so the apothecary for a peasant isn't even a thought. It's not even a consideration.
Absolutely.
And I think there was an extra peasant bought right before the match started. But
There was.
that's a key peasant death, though, because Grande Husmeador is actually a dirty player. And so having that guy lurking around threatening your players when they're down is not something you want. And I bet you that was I see the way you talk about Serhul is the way I think about FantFox. I think we razz FantFox all the time because he is maybe the slowest player on the PS4. I mean, this guy will burn 2 minutes and 59 seconds out of a 3 minute. No, let's be honest. He'll burn 3 minutes and 5 seconds out of a 3 minute turn. But you'll notice he doesn't move a player until like a minute and 30 in a lot of times. And that's because he's sitting there like beautiful minding what's happening with the field, sometimes 2 turns, 3 turns in advance. I think he has a little strategy mapped out. He knows where he wants all of his guys to be sitting at the end of the turn. And then he goes and executes how to get there, which is really tough to do under time pressure. And I think that leads to a lot of why he takes so long, right? It's doing it that way, starting with the end result, rather than just going, well, let me just do the easy things that I can knock out now and then figure out where it gets me, which is where a lot of coaches operate, is different from going, here's where I want all my guys to be standing, and now let's find ways to get them. That takes longer.
Yeah, I mean, just double skulls again there for Sergel.
The skulls are rampant, man, for the Bretts. Nuffle seems to have favored his side so far this half.
It's sad that, since you said, there's no Bernie curse, he obviously took offence and said, right, I'll show you what a curse is and started doing double skulls. So apologies if that is the curse. You've upset the curse. Trust you. Not enough.
That's a damn curse. It's not a blessing, it's a curse. You call it a curse right now. Admit it. Admit it. Curse.
It's not good for marketing if it's a goody two-shoes thing. People are going to be scared of it. But yeah, that's what it is.
My curse is scary, damn you. It's not a blessing.
We don't make money on good news in papers. We need bad news.
Do I look like bad Jesus? I'm not Jesus. Yeah. I don't even have a beard.
Oh dear. But yeah, we'll see, won't we? We'll see after the game. I bet Fox is going, thank God Bernie didn't sit me because it's going well. It's going well. And Sergel is probably cursing in there. But, plenty of time left.
Yeah, V is co-signing. By the way, back to my thing. The V Power V is co-signing. I should be okay. The guard, the guard is really the strength of the Orcs team. Of Here for Another Beer, and it could be irrelevant to me as I'm not really gonna try to bash with him anyway. So as long as I can just dodge away from it, I'm good.
Well, I'll tell you one thing, and I like my predictions. Whoever wins the game, and this is not disrespecting any other coach, the person who wins the game between you and Dynar will make the final.
I would like to think that as well. Yeah, I think this is... I don't know. But, I would like to think that, but imagine, look at all the things that happened in the first round.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Every coach here, every team here is competitive. I mean, all the coaches, goes without saying, we already know all the coaches are good. I think we've been making our predictions based on, the development of the teams and what the teams actually look like. But, inducements really kind of do even things out more than people would like to admit. They make a huge difference. I mean, the Wizard for Serhul in the first match, that made a huge difference. Right? And it's you never know what's going to happen. So I don't know. For me, I think I'm with the Tripper school of thought. Make the playoffs and just hope for the best. In the end, you scrap your way through. There's no such thing really as a favorite when you get in there. We're all underdogs because making it through 4 straight games without getting knocked out is really tough, and there can be only one.
Yeah, well, you do the nice PC talk. I'll be the one with scandal and everything. I don't mind upsetting people. You know, we know. We're not fooled. No, one game at a time. It's not bloody football v Power v. One game at a time. We know. Serious Jest. He's got this pedestal. It is a big pedestal.
No.
And he's on there. Until it's knocked off, obviously. But looking at the records and looking at what we know of the coaches, Jess and Dana, I think whoever wins will go to the final. Definitely. I've got to do some sort of prediction. I can't be nice.
Yeah, well, here's how far I'll go. I think if Dinar takes me out, I think Dinar's going to the finals. Yeah, I agree with that.
And if you take Dana out?
We're going to be confident. We're going to be confident. But it's hard for me to objectively look at my chances. You know what I mean? So yeah. I think it's safe to say, like, if I'm objectively as just a Blood Bowl enthusiast and fan of the Cup, if I look at Dinar's team and I know his capability as a coach, if he makes it past my team, then I definitely, I think he's going to the finals. But then again, that's not a huge leap because there's only one more game after that to get him to the finals, and it'll be against. Who is it again? Which team is it against?
Baltimore Blood.
Yeah.
Baltimore Blood or Chaz Davidson Humans.
Yep, versus Chaz Davidson, right. So one of those two. Well, yeah, the Baltimore Blood actually has a pretty... See, that's the thing. That's not an easy... That's not an easy game. Dinar's a really great coach, but that Nurgle team is dangerous, and Claw can unseat your orcs.
Yeah, that Claw's going to be useful. I mean, I don't know if obviously RBN84, who obviously coaches Baltimore Blood, he listens to these things, but I bet he's thinking, God, what have I done to upset Bernie? He never picks my team. There's always say my team's not going to win. Some people would say Bernie likes you because he's not tipped you. So it's nothing personal, RBN. I just think with all them inducements you're giving away, I think the other teams have got a good chance.
That might be the highest TV team we've seen in the Cup so far, season 1 included, right?
Well, it is, yeah. I mean, it's just obviously he's got 140 grand TV sit up in coaching and babes and everything as well, hasn't he? But he's a good coach, definitely. So, like I say, it should be FanFox. I mean, I bet FantFox wishes I was the same with this team. Nah, never win. He'd have probably had a title by now. But, But no, like I said, I went for the Humans if he uses his inducements correctly. I'm a bit worried now with him saying about, like, this halfling hot pot, because that's not going to do anything against...
it could. Yeah, no, I see your point. I see your point.
He's got 5 rerolls.
Yeah.
He's got 5 rerolls already, and then any coach kickoff or any training kickoff with 7 of each, he's going to take that as well. So, you've got to go with a bit of wizard and a bit of killiness, a bit of griff.
By the way, really quick, here FantFox kind of put himself in a little bit of a jam. I've said this before. Sometimes the best block you can make is to not make a block, right? He banked on taking down this sidestepper, Lothair D'Artois, and ended up putting him in a position where he's, within at least movement of the ball carrier. But now FantFox has managed to get his guys back and wall him off. Still, yeah, so 1, 2... Let's see, can he get to the ball carrier? He can dodge away from the witch. That's 1. Through these corners, 2. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's a lot of die rolls, though. So I think that, and then even if he unseats the ball, who's around to pick it up? Yeah,
he will do that. He'll just say, all right, you can have the ball there. I'm just going to make sure these guys are going to get slapped. And then obviously, if you want to come back into me half, and then we'll talk then. There's no point. This is not how Sergel plays. Now I've said that, he's probably going to just try and dodge and blitz in. Ooh, that looks nasty. Oof. But he'll take his time. He might have a crack at that witch elf though. It wouldn't surprise me if he has a go on that one.
Yeah, she's getting it.
Yeah, she needs a slap. And he's got tackle as well. Come on. Is this
Here
going
comes
down?
the pain.
Going down like a bad habit.
And Bellatrix Lestrange is trying to pick which way she's going to fall. She falls back to... It doesn't matter, though, because she's getting carted off the pitch. And that's how you slap a witch.
Absolutely. Slap that bitch.
I said witch, Bernie. That's misogynistic. That's just wrong, Bernie. Can't take you anywhere.
I know, but it rhymed. Witch and bitch down. You know, when someone comes in high heels and is trying to stab you in the nuts or trying to kill you, you're allowed to call her that. You know,
True. Yeah, I think that's an exception. I think you can make.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh dear.
So now the Dark Elves get to rebound.
It's never normal our conversations on the Blood Bowl anyway.
Not at all.
Absolutely. I mean, the final will go down in history as one of the most watched things when we start talking about various other random stuff. With the Weetabix and the DF and all that, yeah, it's fantastic. Big pull.
By the way, I lost chat connectivity for a second. I don't know if you have the Twitch chat up or can see.
Yeah, it's saying. Let's have a look. People are saying, yeah, it's hard to find a way through. One game at a time, so he's sitting on the fence. And slap my witch up, slap my witch up.
Yes, it's a good song.
So.
See, so now this is FantFox. I've told you this before. I mean, we've got almost a full minute. We're now past the full minute off the clock. He has not moved one player. FantFox is mapping the entire code out right now. He's drawing up a game plan. And only then, after he's done drawing up a game plan, does he let his players know what they're going to be doing. And now you see a minute and 15 seconds in, the first journeyman moves to a spot, and it looks like he's going to either reset a screen and set the screen up, which is what he looks like. Yeah, he's going to set a screen and then move that player left with the ball. FantFox is not a fan of scoring early, so you're not going to see 5-1 wins from FantFox or stuff like that generally, at least not against anybody that he respects. So he'll be content to sit this guy back here, have him always be a threat in case he gets in trouble. But for the most part, he'll just keep running the rest of the guys around, making it tough to get to his ball carrier, and smacking Brett's where he can get the smackdown. He's already taken 2 off the board. There's a knockout and an injury, but he's lost 2 of his own. So, the FantFox stall is not always like, it doesn't necessarily fit using a team like Dark Elves. And I don't think he normally uses Dark Elves. But if you do this too much with Dark Elves against a bashy team, you could end up paying for it.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, obviously, Platoons aren't that bashy. The thing is, the Platoon team move the same sort of speed, if not quicker, than these Dark Elves. So, it's not going to be that easy just to separate themselves from the defense and score. And quite a lot of these have got sidestep, as we've seen here. Sidestep, so he can go wherever he wants. Like I said, I just looked at the teams, and I'm a big fan of Sergel. I watch a lot of his games. It don't matter what, you could give him a team of goblins and he'd still win more than losers. He's that good.
I found, he got a little overconfident there. These blitzers are important, and he actually used his sidestep to move him to mark the other player and give FantFox another hit, which, it was unwise. He was just banking that a POW was not going to be rolled again, just because you got a Blodge Stepper or a Blodger and the other guy doesn't have block, doesn't mean he can't roll a POW with a 2-die block. So.
Yeah, it's one of those calculated risks, isn't it? I sort of knew why he was doing it, but
just to tie up another elf, and you tie him up, you don't get him to maneuver where he wants, and then you could try to get that little side blitz with a dodge, but I don't like it.
Yeah, the thing is, it's obviously not where this time, but it does that a lot, and it usually works for him.
Actually, sometimes you do have to take risks, I guess, and the more I think about it, if it would have worked and that second block hadn't connected with a POW, he actually would have been within blitzing. No, there's still a cage. So I think
the thing is, it could have had a free shot. He could have maneuvered it, so it could have maybe saved him as well.
Yeah.
So the surf was on because it could have moved across down one, got his other guy up, pushed him across in next to him, and then blitzed with the other guy, and he'd been able to
Yeah.
surf him out.
Yeah.
So that's what Sergio would have been thinking of.
Yeah.
So that's why he's looking, and the guy's got no skills and he's against a blood sidestepper. So I can see why. If it had a tackle or something, then he'd have been a dubious call. But I don't think he'd have made it if he had a tackle.
Right.
So, I can see why he did it. I mean, it probably looks bad because it didn't pull off, but I
Yeah, right?
probably would have been tempted to do the
It's
trick.
one of those moves where everybody goes, it's either genius or really stupid. What's
Yeah,
up, Pong? We
right.
got Pongines in the chat.
Pong Hines, I love this guy for the main reason. Well, I did love this guy until everybody decided to go chaos. I did a chaos team. I did a chaos team, and obviously, as you know, a lot of times my characters have names, and obviously with Pong Hines doing so well with his chaos in season 2,
Yeah.
I named one Pong Hines, and I tell you what, he's a legend. He never fails to pick the ball up. He scores. He dodges. He does everything. So I'm like, oh yeah, I'm doing well here. I'm gonna go chaos, and then Summon DD, Calcium Cast, and everyone else went on the chaos train, and that was the end of that.
He's,
But yeah, he was a
Pongines is
legend.
a really good coach, just in general. Just barely missed the S2 playoffs. And I don't know how he's doing in S3, but he'll definitely be a threat to join the playoffs in S3.
He would have actually been in the playoffs. Oh dear, it would have actually been in the playoffs if
Arzwayne hadn't deleted his Dark Elf team, yeah.
Yeah.
And by the way, while we've been talking, a missed dodge there from the sideline. So I like that move. Thibaut Depay decides to make the 50% dodge because it's either that or sit there on the ground on the sideline. You don't want to stand up and just end your turn there, obviously, because the Sheriff of Nottingham will kick you into the crowd and the drunk fans will abuse you.
Yeah, I'm a bit concerned, to be fair. I can't understand why he didn't re-roll that. He's got 3 re-rolls. There's only 3 turns to go after this one, because all of a sudden now I'm a bit concerned. There's an opening now, shall we say? There's an opening.
Yeah, up the left sideline, sure. But he does have.
Pong Hands is going back to what is. Just to let you know. What else for Pong Hands this season?
And you do. I mean, I think he feels comfortable. He doesn't want 3 turns to go, but he might need a re-roll on all 3 turns, and I think he feels comfortable with those 2 blitzers sitting back there, especially with one of them they have dodge, but the only problem is there's a tackler on them.
Yeah.
So it's good placement as well by FantFox putting that. See, everything FantFox does is meticulously planned out. It's he knows where he wants every one of his pieces. It's not by coincidence that those 2 blitzers have a tackler on them. So it's just a 67% dodge and no automatic reroll. And there goes the ball carrier getting a little.
Yeah. This is what my concern was, that this was set up a sort of last turn. The thing with FantFox is a very good coach, but when you've played him a lot, or when you see him a lot on tape, like I do, I'm completely sad
does
like
a lot
that.
of the same things.
I see it, and I saw that a bit often. That's why I was quite surprised why he didn't try that dodge again, because he had 3. But that's because I've seen a lot of FantFox, and I'm not saying I can read him like a book, but I do know his sort of plays, shall we say. And that's well played from him. Well played from FantFox. He's now going to try and get into position now and ram it home. I'd like to think.
Yeah, and poor Maho Tom, who is now looking at 2 elves that are just looking at him with really mean beady eyes.
Oh, yes.
So he decided not to go for the sideline cage. He's going to go for a screen, okay.
Yeah, I think the screen's a better option than
dodge
the
out the
sideline
back if he
cage.
needs to.
Yeah. Because it'd be different if that guy had sidestep, but he hasn't, so.
Here's the thing, if something goes wrong, okay.
Yeah. But that's it, isn't it?
There is danger, though. That Theobald Depe could get up, dodge out, 67%, 1 die block, and he's a strip baller and a wrestler.
Well, here comes the postman. Come on, the postman. He's going to cover him. No, he's not. I'm baffled with that.
So this is ballsy. And I'm guessing FanFox is comfortable that even if this guy makes a 67% dodge, successfully gets the one die block, and then loosens the ball up, there's not going to be
Oh.
anybody else around to take advantage of the situation. And he's going to burn the reroll, but to no avail. The dodge fails. Doesn't really matter though. It's kind of one of those double ones. It's
To be fair, I think that's. I mean, you're saying to be fair, that's nothing, but I think that's quite a big play because obviously, if that Dark Elf had got up the pitch slightly, then all of a sudden, he's got two what's to mark up, hasn't he? And do you really want to trust a peasant on a Dark Elf by himself?
No.
I mean, I know he wait this time, but. This is interesting. FantFox is goading him, isn't he? He's goading him to go after that ball carrier. I think this is dangerous.
Yeah.
Strip ball wrestler.
Yeah, but I guess what he's banking on, though, Bert, is he's screened everybody else off. So even if this guy makes the dodge and manages to loosen the ball, you've got all these elves standing around the ball. I mean, anything could happen, and definitely if you're the Bretts, you got to take it. You make that move, right? You don't, but.
I don't know. I mean, Sergel might not do. He might not do.
Yeah, no, you're right, because I think he's goading him. He wants him to take the shot on the ball so he can just pick it right back up and then move the rest of the cage. But he doesn't want him to use his blitz, I think, on the top of the cage and seal him in.
Yep.
That might be why he's goading him to do that.
Yep. And Sergel's not daft. He'll decide what's best for him. I mean, the other option would have been to blitz the ball carrier and then try and get some sidesteppers in. Here we go. There's a sidestep, I do believe.
Yeah, and this changes the. Oh.
Come on.
The failed dodge, but this is why you want your 3 rerolls. And Nuffle says no. And
Bernie's curse says no, not today.
If FantFox had more turns, you would probably even see some elves play some, surf the sidestepper. I think you might see them do that. But
yeah, I mean, I'm a good friend of FantFox. I love FantFox. I just think that was. I really wanted that to happen because I think it goaded him into it. And when you do stuff like that, you deserve to be punished. But obviously the Bernie case is a lot worse than Nuffle, unfortunately. Nuffle was like saying, I don't know about it. And Bernie like, no, we're not having this. Goody two-shoes, bloody tip. Bollocks to that. No, now
the placement of the first blitzer, though, of that top blitzer is a good thing because he's a sidestepper. If they don't manage to knock him down, he can make himself a real nuisance.
He can, absolutely. And the Kaiser Souza, he's got tackle, but he's the guy you probably wanted to pass the score with.
Yeah,
but,
he could score right now. But FantFox isn't going to give the Bretts two turns. Is he really going to... He's going to go for that surf, isn't he?
He could too. Surf's up!
But putting all those guys over there, dedicating those resources could... he's going to do it. It could also subject you, though, to, getting your guys surf the turn after. And there you go. I was like, if FantFox had more time, I'm like, FantFox will take all the time he needs. FantFox is the king. He's the king of dragging it out.
He is. I mean, he's like, I'll just chill here and, and I'll take a minute to decide if I want to pass it or not. And then with about 10 seconds to go, I might pass it and then maybe score with about a second to go.
That's a key knockout,
And if I fail, then it'll be just another, FFC. So, more money in the bank, merchandise. But, it's looking good for the Dark Elves here. He needed. There's just been key things having what's gone against Sergel. And like I say, like a lot of the coaches are very evenly matched. So usually the team what has the less bad luck wins. But it's just the way it goes. Sergel won't be too worried.
So this is where kind of I'm just kind of curious. He expended a lot of resources to get that surf.
Yeah.
So I'm just a little concerned that now he's kind of set himself up to like not be able to capitalize and get the touchdown.
It depends what he wants to do. Does he want to be a bit ballsy and pass it to this guy, Kaiser Sosa? Or does he just want to wait? I don't know.
Yeah, is he going for that his turn? He's still got rerolls too. So, we got, speaking of Dinar, we got him in the chat. He is Slippin' Jim, my troll. And he said, yeah, Brett's kicked off. Yeah, Brett's kicked off. The Dark Elves have had it. So he decides to back up. And, yeah, there's no way FantFox is scoring the turn 7. FantFox will roll dice to not score the extra turn.
Right.
So he's backing it up, and it looks like we're going to see a pass for the touchdown in turn 8. But, this leaves with this many Bretts downfield and a failed dodge. It's going to burn 1 or 2 rerolls. Yeah, with this many Bretts downfield, the touchdown is not a foregone conclusion. And look at that. With 1 second left, he moves his final piece.
It's done that almost every turn. Sometimes I just wonder if they do it on deliberate, just to wind the other team up, try and get them off their A game.
No, I'll tell you, during the regular season, when I get FantFox matched up with him in a spin, part of me oh crap, I'm gonna be here for three hours at least.
Yeah.
So I get out a good book, or I pull something up on the computer, something I can read while he goes.
Yeah.
Normally I like to look at what my opponent is doing, but with him I just kind of I zone out. I'll come back to it and I'll take it all in once it's done, because if not, it'll drive me crazy. And it really does psychologically weigh on you.
Yeah, I had obviously I watch a bit of Duran's Twitch, and I think he was having a meltdown against Pong Hands, because Pong Hands was taking so long. And he's like, you don't need 3 minutes! You don't need 3 minutes to do that, man! It's a freaking kickoff! Hurry up, man! I know you're good, but you don't have to take 3 fucking minutes! And he was going absolutely mental. I was like, yeah. So sometimes I just wonder...
I heard he rages. I haven't seen him Duran rage.
But
I heard he does.
Oh, I'm sure he was out sitting out with Pong Hands. I'm sure it was Pong Hands who beat him. I was like, I know he's good, but he doesn't take 3 minutes. All he has to do is put the ball into the end zone. It doesn't take 3 minutes to do that. And he was like,
I won't say that there haven't been times when I've been frustrated and screamed the same thing in the comfort of my own home at the TV.
Yeah, we all do it. We all
especially when you go down. If you're down 2-0, stuff has happened early, and the game is kind of all right, it's over, and we're on turn 14, and the dude's running two. Yeah. And not him. I'm not talking specifically him here, but when people do that, when the shoe's on the other foot, though, man, I'm look, it's the champ ladder, and if this is a particularly difficult situation, I'm going to make sure that I don't do anything stupid that gets one of my guys killed. So, all in all, do what you got to do. But sometimes it does get frustrating for the other person. But in this format, this isn't a casual ladder. You know what I mean? In the casual ladder, you could definitely argue that. Look, dude, what the hell are you taking so long for? Hurry the hell up. But no, this is the champ ladder. So, this stuff counts. Take your time.
Absolutely. It's just, I played... I was thinking which because obviously I'm not going with Dwarfs this season. So I was thinking either Orcs or Undead. And I was playing against Afrochef. Now anyone who knows who's heard me, Afrochef's like my kryptonite. Every time I play against him, I do that. I roll ones, and that's the key mess up there.
Dude, I get the same thing happening with him. Sometimes he seems to have my number. He almost took me out last year. Remember, he came in with his below 500 record Necro and almost took my team out in the first round. We went to overtime.
Yep, and I was playing him, and he was Orc on Orc, and he could have scored, but he's trying to be clever, as we do, trying to stall. And I got the ball up, and I'm going to make you pay for all the times you have been unlucky. And then, as soon as I said that, we had a power cut in our house. Everything went off. God damn it! God damn it, that bullshit! So I text him going, "You jinxed, man! You jinxed me!" I was like, I don't get salty much, but I was like, "God damn it, man! I can't believe it." That was it. So that team was like, "You're going to go in the bin. You delete it. You delete it. That's it. No more luck."
But by the
So
way,
now
well,
going in there.
we've been like, this is a great, fun conversation. But do you realize what just happened on the field? We
Yeah, I told you.
Lothair D'Artois failed to get in position, and this is a touchdown. This is
Yep.
looking like an easy touchdown. And of course,
Oh, it should
FantFox isn't going to let it go, though. FantFox ain't taking the easy touchdown.
Well, throw it with about 3 seconds to go. But yeah, that's what I said. I mean, I quickly switched from the crazy story to, oh look, he's failed a go for it. That's what it cost. Then back to the story again. You know, multitasking. Yes, man
I was so
can
focused on the
multitask.
story, I didn't even notice that until I'm like, wait, there's a bread on the ground. There's an open
Yeah, I mean,
receiver.
what he basically did, he obviously went to hit this other guy, didn't get him down, so he thought, you know what, I'm going to re-roll it. So he got him down, then thought he'd go back. And just like me, I didn't need anything but a one and failed it. So, hey ho.
So he lines up the
What can you
guys
do?
to make sure he gets a 3-die block, and it is successful, but all for naught, as that does not cause an injury.
Yeah, I just Pong hands, don't worry about it, mate. It was hilarious. He does that with, well, not with everybody, but
He does. I heard he rages a lot. It's like
Yeah.
I haven't experienced that. Oh! And will Nuffle make FantFox pay for not scoring in turn 7 when he had the opportunity? Or at least
Oh my
running this guy
God.
downfield.
here we go. It's good.
And no,
Oh.
Nuffle just wanted to scare him and teach him a lesson.
Yeah. Oh. Oh wow.
Turn 8 score by
That
the
was-
Dark Elves, who have pretty much done whatever they wanted to do. They farmed SPP in the first turn, even when the ball was right there within reach of the opponent. They're pulling this kind of stuff. It's funny.
was
It's
cool.
like I said, obviously I picked the Elves to win. I think they will win. I think FantFox is a great coach, but I'm with you, Bernie. When people start doing stuff like that, when they start tempting fate,
Yep.
I am definitely a guy that you've seen me do it in, like, even in round 1. Like, I'll take extra shots on the other team. So if we're talking about all right, admittedly I went far when I took a swing at that tree in round 1 of the playoffs. in turn 8. I don't know. It was kind of like it was kind of like for you. You know what I mean? Like the tree was looking at me funny, and I didn't like it. And so I sent my guys back. Let's take a crack at that tree.
I'd say that tree's dirty. I mean, Dementor says he's not foul-mouthed. He's a foul-mouthed tree, that is. I mean, he smacked
It's a real
talking,
son
yeah.
of a
He's like,
bitch, that tree.
I should score, but I tell you what, you're getting smacked first. I don't care if I don't care if it comes with the game. You're going down, tree.
Well, my guy was
Yeah,
about
no.
to score, and the tree yelled at him, "Hey, pretty boy, why don't you get your ass in that end zone?" And that's, he's like, "Oh, really? Oh." And I got him all wound up. That tree's a big smack talker, and he deserved to get smacked
Yeah.
around a little bit.
Absolutely.
But there is value in taking extra hits. If you're like, even though you theoretically could lose if it's like you're sitting on the goal line and you got a guy who's got, who's got a 2-die block on somebody else, and your guy has blocked, the chances of him pulling double skulls are 1 in 36. And if you've got a reroll, you know what I mean, then it's much less than that. So in that case, it may be worth it. To me, I will often take that chance just because I'm thinking, what if I injure this guy?
Yeah.
What if I get this injury going into the half and that helps me out?
Yeah.
So I'll take those extra hits. But if you're just farming SPP a lot of times, like and I'm watching it, I want that to bite you in the ass.
Yeah. Yeah.
Same thing
Yeah,
with the
that's it,
stalling.
isn't it?
I understand why people do it, but some people take stalling really, really far, and it kind of gives me satisfaction when I see people get burnt that way with this. They try to stall and it bites them in the ass.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those things. That's when FantFox left that open. I thought, you know what, you are really tempting fate. It's only 3+, and unfortunately and then let's say if it had got off 3+, it could have been different. Obviously, it failed to roll of a 1, as well. So Dana has not Dana. Sergel's had a bit of a bad luck, really, hasn't it?
Yeah.
It just looks like it's cursed. basically. Sega looks like a thinker.
And by the way, that surfed sidestepper doesn't happen to him a lot, but Tristan el Bendito is still on the sidelines, passed out.
Yeah, he's probably just catching his breath for half time,
Okay. Yeah, he's got
He'll be back.
Yeah.
I mean, don't forget the two Dark Elves didn't come back either. So.
True. Good call. So it looks like it doesn't look like he's setting up for the one-turner, but maybe.
I don't think. I mean, what he should be doing is stamping all over them Dark Elves. As long as he doesn't stamp on the Postman, I'm all right.
Yeah, no, he's not setting up for the one-turner.
No,
it's not even.
Be interesting if he gets the extra turn though. That'd be quite fun. If he got the extra turn now, that'd
if there's a blitz, though, is that guy? If there's a blitz, that dude's getting surfed. Wait, where's the Witch Elf?
Witch Elf's KO'd.
It's only one. He only has one Witch Elf. That's why. Okay.
Yeah.
So that's why he felt comfortable putting him out there.
Extra movement.
See, so they could. That's why I don't know. I think it's the setup for the one-turner if you can.
The thing is, though, because he's put these Dark Elves here just in case he was going to do the one-turner, it means he's going to get a few more free hits now. Is the Brett play. So that's good. That should be another 2 hits for him.
True.
And he's got a reroll still, so it should bring this peasant across. I'd be surprised if he doesn't, because he can always swing the other one of the other knights across.
It's like we used to say when I was kids, Bernie. It's 3 hits. The Brett hits the elf hits the floor, the ambulance driver hits the gas to get there. I should add the ambulance driver should be my next blue collar.
Yeah, I think that'd be good.
The ambulance driver. I did manage to. There's a postman in there that's doing pretty well, and I added a few others.
The postman too. The postman too. Yeah, we thinking that FantFox. I did give you the credit that you set up like that for the one-turner. But there you go. I'm a bit of that stunned. But no, I mean, yeah, the postmen do quite well. I mean, I believe it or not, I do get a lot of pictures over the week with postmen scoring or doing something good, but I just don't dare put them all in the chat because like, fucking hell, it's that Bernie with a postman again. Who does he think he is, man? But
by the way,
yeah, they do quite well.
Oh, I was going to say to Dynark, I was just addressing in the chat. Yeah, it's a lot easier if you have sidestep too, to do the one-turners.
Yes, it is. Yeah. No, I don't have a problem with what FantFox did. I'm just saying that there could have been 2 more hits for it. But yeah, he's right. Obviously, I think we all would have gone with that setup.
Yeah.
Because obviously you don't want him to do one-turner, and it's the right call, and it's not made him pay for anything, did it? It's all fine.
It hasn't been.
He decided not to go for the foul. I thought he might have gone for the foul, but he decided, you know what?
I'm not a fan of the turn 8 foul. For the simple fact that I think there's just too high of a chance that.
Yeah, but with a peasant,
you don't benefit from it. Yeah, it'd have to be a really high.
If he gets bloody injured.
There's too high of a chance. See, already fouling is already kind of balanced, right? If you rolling doubles is a significant chance. So if you roll doubles on the first roll to injure him, to break the armor, and then you actually break armor, right? And then then it's whether you roll doubles on that second roll. So you have 2 rolls to not roll doubles, or your guy gets thrown out. And then even if you're successful on the foul, right? You break armor. It's only 50% that it's going to be anything lasting. 50% of it is he just gets stunned, which in turn 8 means nothing. At least if you do that in turn 9, the guy's gone for the next turn.
Yeah, I just think that's what peasants are for. The 40 grand, might as well do it. But
Sure.
that is just massive. Dark Elves got both their players back, and that stupid Brett is taking another net.
Wow, that sucks for Servus. Yeah, Nuffle is not favoring him. That is not good. That's a turning point.
And the FantFox is like, I told you, as soon as Bernie doesn't tip me, we do all right, and the other team just gets some. Because Sergo's had disastrous luck. Sometimes I just don't know how powerful my case is.
It's not bad play on the part of Sergio. It's
not.
It's
not.
just disastrous luck. That's exactly what it is.
The dice have just said no.
By the way, while we're here at halftime. I just want to shout out. There's the MML playoffs that's kicked off today, the Meat and Mayhem League, and there is a sick game going on concurrent to this. It's the Princes of Ariok are visiting the Stop Rolling Ones for the first round. The Princes of Ariok are the number one seed, and Stop Rolling Ones. It's the first year that the MML's playoffs are seeded, and it's eight teams that went, and it's two from each play pool. So there's 8 teams that went, and the number one is playing the number 8 right now. And it started off with the Princes of Ariok going up 2-0, and Stop Rolling Ones has tied it up 2-2 by halftime. It's another in turn 11.
Wow. Yeah, I mean, I love Resno. He's awesome.
Great coach, and he's an alumni from the Cup season 1.
I just think especially when he's commentating, he's just got that sort of voice which is so funny, and he's just so hilarious. To have him and Josiah Frost commentating would be worth the money. Both really funny coaches. But no, I mean, that's going to be a good game. 2 very good coaches there. The Princes of Ariok, they've impressed me all season, that high elf team. They have been seriously good. It's been a joy to watch them play. I really do enjoy watching their games.
That was my one meltdown, that game against them. They're my team's only loss, and I pissed that game away. I mean, it was just frustrating. I did everything that you could do wrong in a match. And, that one still... You ever, have a game that, days later, it still bothered me that happened? Just because the way I lost was just stupid playing. I did a lot of very questionable things. So, at my best, I think I can hang with anybody. At my worst, I'm a definitely bull in a china shop.
Yeah, I mean, me myself, I just curse when I get bad dice. Because sometimes you get it in your plan, and you get someone into a position where you go, haha, you're into my trap, now you will die, and I've just rolled a double 1.
Well, that's everybody. That describes everybody.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, my Skaven team in the challenge, I thought I'll test myself, I'll go Skaven. Nice team. Last 3 games, I've lost because of a double freaking 1 every single game. Agility 5 bloody gutter runner. And even against Stu, the Wild Hours, the champion, double 1 in the end zone. Otherwise, I'd have beaten the champ. That game haunted me for a long time because it was a champ, and to beat the champ would have been just awesome. And to manoeuvre it to get it where I wanted it, and then to have one go for it and fail on double 1, it took me at least a week to get over that.
And I will say, as the ball is kicked off here, by the way, heading into this game, I'll say one last MML thing. Stop Rolling Ones has now gone from being down 2-0 to being up 3-2. All right, and we're back. The ball is kicked off. Nobles Hispanos get another reroll, so their cheerleaders and assistant coaches are paying off, if they have them. But whatever is going right for them, or maybe it's the fame factor or whatever. But the Bretts have 5 rerolls for the second half again. I don't think they used all of them last half, right?
Well, there's up to, they had 1 left at 10-8. I don't know if he used it or not. But, yeah. I tell you, regarding, I mean, this isn't really just about the MNL. Where you said about the things being seeded, I think it's a good idea.
Yeah.
I wish to do it on the ladder, because I think it's only fair.
This is a good discussion for this forum, because basically we considered it, but the amount of adamant work that it takes to do that in the MML is significant. And, we talked to Nithios about it, and he was like, right now we don't have the management tools in the system to do that, so it's not worth it. But if in the future there is a change, because Cyanide is well aware that people would like more management options. And it is on their, I'd say at the very least, I don't want to speak for them, but they're very aware that this is something the community wants. And at the very least, it is a consideration that they're considering for the future in giving us more management options. They've been really concentrating on releasing races, and they've done a great job of that so far. And now I'm wondering if after Kemri and the Chaos Dwarfs get released, or maybe along with the release, maybe we get something, I don't know. But all I'm saying is that it is, and I'm really telling, I don't know, but in the future, I hope that we get more management tools. If we do that, then you could see a change in the way that we administer the playoffs. But that's the other good thing is by us doing this, right? By us running these playoffs and having the cup, it highlights some of these issues that before, it's like it's one thing to be the developer and hear people saying, "Hey, in my private league, we can't do this," and it really gets in the way. And you're like, "Okay, well that sucks. So people aren't happy with this. Maybe I'll make more changes." But it's not the same as, "Oh snap!" In the official league that we run, the Cabalvision official league, we want to do this and we can't because of our limitations.
Yeah.
I think it gives them the added incentive to add more management tools. Because now they're seeing for themselves how it limits us.
Yeah, it's a fair point. It's a fair point. And like I say, Cyanide themselves have stepped up a lot in the last year. Because the first year was wasn't very good. But to be fair, they are stepping up. They are listening to the community. What's always going to help. Me personally, the way they do the races, I ain't been that impressed. I mean, we've got the two basher teams, Case Dwarf, Moorclaw, Kemmery, oh god, here we go again, another undead. I'd like them to come up with something else, something different.
I know you've been cheering for goblins, right? You want goblins?
Yeah, I can understand why that's. After speaking to my insider at Games Workshop, I now know why that's not happening because obviously the roster's getting changed, so there's going to be more secret weapons and various other things. That's going to come out in April, apparently on the tabletop. So then that's when Cyanide will probably, do it. Because I think Games Workshop said, look, you don't bring out goblins yet, it's pointless until we, do the new roster. Because Games Workshop will not want their new roster coming out on a computer game before they release it on the tabletop, because that's just bad business. So I can understand that now. But, come on, man, Chaos Pact, give me Chaos Pact. I've been asking for it since Blood Bowl 1. Come on, 3 big guys.
You never know. I really like the fact that we just keep getting rapid fire, like new races.
Yeah, it's good. It's good.
And these things don't happen overnight. So obviously, there was a period where people saying, "Well, what are they doing with this game? They've abandoned the game." Obviously, they haven't. They were working on this, all along. So, but it was too early to say anything.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is though, now they're getting it better. They're getting more races, more choice. A lot of people who had Blood Bowl are coming back to it. And buying the DLC and everything, it's not rocket science. Give the customers what they want if you can do it. Get a business structure, and you'll be all right.
Yeah.
Give me a pay rise.
This community is loyal enough that they're like, I mean, even if I don't really like a race, I'll still buy it just to make sure I have all the races, and I'll play it once in a while.
I did the same with Norse. I've bought the DLC. I made a Norse team. I've never played them, but because I appreciate obviously what Cyanide are trying to do, I buy them. Because you've got to, if you're saying, "Oh, I want this, I want that," then you've got to dig in your pocket and buy the stuff to help them. And it's not that expensive. I can never understand when people
$7 for a race and people are complaining.
It's like, in British pounds, that's £5.79. It's not expensive. You get people going, "Oh my god, it's £5 odd, man! That's really expensive!" And it's like, no, it's not. But the amount of stuff they've got to do, that's pretty decent.
Yeah. I mean, it's not to it's not to undervalue what it's not saying, "Oh, well I'm swimming in money," but it's if you want people to keep an interest in the game, you want to develop somebody has to continue to pay the developer salaries and work on it, or else they got to move to the next project. So if you want more, if you want more ongoing content, then you're gonna have to pay to make it keep coming. So I don't see a problem with paying $7. Or $14 every couple of months, for a new race.
And that's it. That's it. Yeah, it's not that. It's not like you're doing it every month, is it? So,
no.
Like I said, it was a nice surprise that they're bringing out 2 at the same time. What was good.
Right.
Because as much as I say always, basher teams, we do know Chaos Dwarfs are very popular. So a lot of people are really happy about that. And Kemmery are one of those funny teams. The Agility 2 doesn't bother me. It's the AB7, with all the skellies mainly what's got it. So you can soon quickly get outnumbered, and obviously they can't throw themselves out of trouble. So, and talk about throwing, what's he doing? Oh, there we go. So, like I say, I'm really happy with what Cyanide's done so far. I really am. So kudos to them. But yeah, I can't wait for goblins. I think we'll get them probably May time is on Cyanide. That's what I would be going for.
Still,
And
that's impressive. If they
you'll see a lot of
stuff to
Knuckle
come with
altars
them.
coming out as well. I think the goblins.
Yeah. But yeah, if we get it by then, that's still like, all the because that's got to be the toughest one to bring out because of all of the added things that come with them, the secret
Yeah.
weapons. So, and I imagine that'll also open the door for several star players and all of that. So, if they can get it to us by May, that would be great.
I think they've been working on. I mean, they've already got the goblin skins already, haven't they? Obviously from the Orphan Goblins, but they're going to be so much fun, and they will certainly make the money back. It wouldn't surprise me if that DLC sells more than any other.
Mm.
Because it's just fun, isn't it? Because like sometimes you can get so stressed out. I mean, some of these games last an hour and a half, unless you're playing FantFox and it lasts 4 hours. But it's like it's just something different, isn't it? You can have a laugh. You're throwing a bomb about like a ball, and you're trying to chainsaw people and pogoing about, and you got that big bald Hugo guy swinging that big chain of his. You know, it's just good. It's just good fun, and I can't wait for them to come out. And obviously, get 2 trolls as well, so double the stupidity. Fantastic.
Double the stupidity. They should put that on the advertisement for the DLC. Double the
Absolutely.
stupidity. And here
But
comes
yeah.
poor Maho Tom, who's been kind of the sin eater over here on the team for a while. They've been picking on him a little bit. He's stunned,
Yeah.
and it looks like the elves are just like content to surround this little Brett. Like I don't even know what, like it's a kind of a Brett cluster in the middle here. It's not even really a cage. It's like a cluster. But the Dark Elves is kind of like closing around it, and they're up. They are up 1-0, so they're not under pressure to take this ball back. They can just literally sit here and block off this formation from advancing, and that seems to be what they're content to do. So the Bretts
Yeah.
can't just sit there and defend the ball. They're going to have to make a move.
Yeah, is it Marjo or Tom? I don't know what he's done. He was really upset these Dark Elves. He must be like the tree, very foul, abusive peasant, mustn't he?
He must have had a slick tongue in the beginning of the match. He must have said something to these
He
elves.
must have said something, mustn't he?
Like, hey, you
Absolutely,
pointy ear freak or something, and then that
yeah.
just set him off.
Tell your mum I said hi. Yeah.
Yeah.
But
I gotta go AFK for a little bit. All right, so
no,
you could
no
just, all right, thanks.
No. All right then, you just got me, guys. Oh my god, that's gonna be terrible here. Okay, anyone in chat wants to ask me something random, by all means do so. But yeah, this is a good game. I mean, obviously, FanFox will be happy where he is at the moment. But, Bretonians, I think they'll be happy as well. Just a game of chess. The only concern, obviously, is with the Dark Elves that do have some of them agility 5 guys. Dr. Evil's got leap. So I think he's just gonna wait his FantFox and then strike when he sees a chink in the armor. So let's see what the Bretonians can do. They need to start delivering like a postman. Here we go. Oh, he doesn't have the tackle skill, so that'll be just a dodge. The Joker is laughing at them.
Look at that little snotling attacking the troll.
Why can't a match of Blood Bowl be played in a more peaceful manner? Because it's Blood Bowl, man. It's Blood Bowl. That's why. To be fair, I don't think a lot of them are played in a peaceful manner. I think since I've played in the Sea Ladder, I've made a lot of friends. Everyone seems to get on with everyone and have a laugh. It's a shame when you do get a few people who do ruin it for the rest of us, who will be abusive and stuff like that. I mean, there's really no need for it. I mean, we all can get a bit salty when things go wrong, But at the end of the day, it's not your opponent's fault you rolled a 1-1, or it's not your opponent's fault he injured your player, because at the end of the day, it's just dice, isn't it? So, you've got to be a bit classy, I think. But this is interesting. What he's going to do. He's still got play. He's got far real. He's got plenty of time left. He didn't need to panic yet. He's just gradually getting there. It's just that is just a massive blow. This KO. You really needed him on the pitch. And compound that with obviously the Dark Elves getting their 2 players back as well. It's gonna be tough. But you know, if anyone can do it, Sergel can do it. How you Dana? How you fancying your game against Davis Jest then? That looks an absolute cracker of a game. Can't wait to be announcing that one. This is interesting. Really? 3-0? Nah, you're too good of a coach for that. I think it'll be close either way. There won't be much in it. You've only got 2 tackle pieces, was a slight worry, I suppose. But apart from that, if you get a few injuries in early, I think you'll go close. So you're both good enough coaches, so you both cancel each other out in that department. You just could go down to a couple of rolls, buddy. So why do you not like Dwarf, Elves and Skaven Lizard players? What's so bad about them? Is it you just don't like them when you're orcs, or you just don't like them overall?
They're gathering around that lone player, like halflings.
No, I disagree. We'll see. I think he'll go well. You was one of the few teams that didn't when I tipped Series Jest to win it. You was the team I really didn't want him to play, just because obviously you're a very good coach. You're easily one of the best on the Blood Bowl. And obviously you've got a lot of guard. You know. Not ever from nowhere, huge racist. Fair enough. But I don't know. We will see, we will see. I think he'll do alright. I mean, you say 3-0. I'm going to say something close. It wouldn't surprise me. I think it's the key though. You've got to get that ball safe pretty quickly. If you can get that ball pretty safe in a cage, I think you'll do well. Obviously, if you don't, then you are right. You are going to be going behind, but we will see. But this is looking good. This is looking good.
Put pressure on the ball.
I wouldn't expect nothing else than from an orc. And that is interesting. He went for it, went for the leap, did FantFox. But he's not going to take him down. Not yet. He's going to get another crack at it though, is he? With Montgomery Benz. This would be upsetting if Montgomery Benz, a naked elf, takes him out. That would be a bit soul destroying. But this is it. FantFox has had enough. He wants to go for it now. Oh dear. You shit. That's what feet are for, son. Land on your feet, not your head. You can teach monkeys to jump better than that. So let's have a look. This is still tough, though. Maybe that's what Sergel wanted him to commit soon players. Give him a bit of a smack now. Yo! Yep. Yeah, there better be some death in your game, Dana. Better be some death. What have you gone season 3 anyway? Are you stuck with orcs? Or are you gone something different? You went humans first season, didn't you? And then you unfortunately lost to FantFox, if I do remember. Yeah, it's got to hurt because obviously it would have actually had a 2 dice then if it had made that leap. But yeah, it's not out of danger, is he? He's not. Although crushed him with strength 3 Bretts. Oh, nice. Yes, we like our Bretts. I think Bretts. People didn't used to play them. Everyone was like saying, "Oh, they're not very good." As soon as they give them agility, then all of a sudden it was like they got popular and got better. Yeah, I think that's a good upgrade. Progress from humans to orcs, yeah, absolutely. And then what, they got downgraded to Bretts? Love a good scramble, absolutely. Gotta break some of those eggs.
That's it. Force them back and then pow!
Yeah, I think I'm gonna go humans this year. I don't say humans. Undead this season. I ain't gonna get to play as much, but that's what I'm gonna go with. I think undead. See if I can get there. I can't do dwarfs again.
And I'm back. It looks like this cluster of Bretts has continued to sit right there in the middle of the board, man. It's. Oh no, wait. The ball carrier's down the field. How did the potato happen?
It's just done it this time. Basically, FantFox leaped into him and attacked him with 2 1-dice blocks failed. It was then leaped his other guy to try and get a two block attack with another guy, but failed his leap and only got a 1. So he ended up splatting on the floor. And I think the way Sergel's saying is like, there's some serious agility 5 stuff here. I've gonna have to do something different. And he surprised us all by doing this. So yeah, but I mean, if you think of it though, there's a lot of dark elves out of position here. So
this is
gonna be
but if the cage leap failed, was there a need to do this? This is the mark of desperation when you end up potatoing down the sideline like this. I mean, and okay, I guess you're gonna build the screen now, but you're still giving up a hit. Probably on that ball carrier. There's going to be at least a 1-die block, and he is a sidestepper, and the closest guy to him right now doesn't even have tackle or block. So yeah, maybe this is the time that you need to make the move. But remember, this other guy though, actually this Agi 5 guy is right there. The Agi 5 guy can jump in. You can mark with the Voldemort. This is going to be a 1-die block. But again, I guess you're just relying. If you're the Bretts, you're like, you know what? They're out of position, like you said. They're out of position. I have this sideline open. If I jet this way and push him downfield, I can set a cage up really deep. But it's going to be one turn where I'm risking. So I don't think FantFox is going to let him sit there in the cage.
I'll tell you how famous FantFox is. My 7-year-old just come into the room, and he was like, he's like, obviously he's whispering to me because obviously I'm on this, and he's like, "Oh my God, FantFox is playing."
The FantFox poster on the what was his team name in it was it Up All Night? No, it wasn't Up All Night. That was his Necro team.
That was one of them. Yeah, Wizardry Lizardry was his team.
Yeah. That does sound like the name of a team a kid would have a poster of on a wall. Lizardry Wizardry.
Yeah.
So you're seeing the elves are going to try to collapse as many of their forces over there as possible. Try to not let these Bretts establish a cage. But I think it's kind of a foregone conclusion that Agi 5 guy is going to be the one making a 1-die block. I think you kind of have to throw it, right? You can't just let the score happen.
Yeah,
Diner said a huge FantFox tattoo for $400.
The timer countdown to 0.
That's funny. That is funny as hell. So, oh yeah. By the way, on my blue collar team, you may have noticed I added a couple extra guys. So the cop got injured, like a hip injury or something. So I added I fired him and I added the sheriff. And then there's also a player at Mojo's suggestion called the Fox Hunter.
Ooh, yeah.
That's
Absolutely.
a blue collar job. So I got the Fox Hunter. He goes with the Wood Elf. So the Wood Elf is gonna go with the I don't like this. It's it's a frenzy, so she's gonna get two hits. And that's
you're right. You got 2 hits, all right.
I do like it. Actually, it's the best move he could have made. It really is. It is the best move he could have made. Because if it went right, that Ag5 guy is picking the ball up and it's gone goodbye down the field the other way. But the Witch Elf survives the initial blow. She's got sidestep too, so she doesn't have to worry too much about being served after. And she's going to be a pain in the butt. He's going to have to dodge away from her unless he's going to hit her with the...
well, he's agility 4. He's agility 4, so we'll see.
But this may be forcing him to score early. That's the downside, right? Is you didn't see FantFox start to make this desperate push up the sideline until, like with 2 turns or 3 turns to go is when you saw him start breaking up the sideline. He may have gone a turn 2 turns early. Again, he was probably taking advantage of the fact that the defense was pretty solid, but that doesn't work out for the Delves. There's a stun over there, and now you may be able to set this cage up. I don't think they got enough Dark Elves down the field to stop him from establishing the cage deep.
See, the problem is like it's a valid point. Obviously, FantFox obviously could check his time a bit, but the thing is, FantFox didn't have to worry about agility 5 leaping Returnians.
Yeah, true. And there goes Montgomery Burns. And if these numbers keep getting whittled down, it's going to be a lot easier to ensure that this goes to overtime instead of a quick Dark Elf score to go ahead.
Well, to be fair, most of the games I announce on go to overtime, so I'll be a bit disappointed if this one didn't, to be fair.
Feel like you didn't get your money's worth? So
absolutely.
The blitz is used to get that blodger off, and the postman is gone. KO doesn't deliver this time. He receives a delivery.
Lecard d'Artois, nicknamed the sheriff because he always serves justice, especially the postman.
And now this opens up. This is a really good move because now he can block off the sidestepper from maintaining in contact with his ball carrier.
Yep, he sure can.
Blitz has already been used, so he'll probably be making that block with a peasant. Now the downside of this is the peasant doesn't have the block skill, so this has a higher chance of going wrong. Yeah.
He does have a reroll though, so that's good. Something really wrong with a dead peasant fondling a witch elf. I have bad visions at the moment.
And here comes the boom. Oh, Sheriff of Nottingham.
What was we saying about the sheriff, didn't we? We said the sheriff served justice. Well, the postman, the sheriff's not having a good time.
The sheriff just got served. That's a back injury, and that's going to follow him for the rest of his career. And
the little one behind me saying, "Why did he not use his apothecary, Dad?"
There you go. Because this is where you have to have that. Yeah, you have to have that hard talk with him and see, son, there are values assigned to people in life now, and the corporations dictate whose life is worth what, and this is just the way the world works.
He was a happy bunny a minute ago when FantFox looked like he's going to win, and now this has happened. He's a bit traumatized now. It's like, Daddy, why does he have to go to pitch, Daddy? Why isn't he healing, Daddy? What is FantFox doing? He's a monster, Daddy.
This is still a very dangerous situation, because leaving these guys, there hasn't been a proper cage established, so if they're able to clear even that peasant, that gives them a shot to get the one die hit on the ball carrier with the tackle piece. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's a lot of dice rolls too. Yeah, actually, Sergio keeps putting himself in a position where you can get to his ball carrier, but it's going to force you to burn dice, and that is the strategy you want to have. I think against elves is, forcing to burn those rerolls, and now he's only got 2 left for the last 4 turns. Yeah. It's just pretty healthy.
This is why I like Sergio. Nothing went right from in the first half. Although FantFox played it fantastically most of the time. But the thing is, Sergio's thinking not just about this, he's thinking about overtime and then penalties if need be. He's like, I've got 5 rerolls here. You've only got 2 now, and if you do some risky stuff, you may burn another reroll. and I'm willing to risk that if it's going to give me, a bit of more of a advantage. So this is what I say. It's not daft. I know FantFox in daft are there. I'm sure he's thinking, God, I've only got 2 rerolls left now. What do I do? You don't really want to be going into overtime with 1 reroll, especially when the other guy's got 5.
Yep.
So it's probably nice. Like I said, 2 very good coaches. We knew it would be a close game. The difference is obviously that it's a big swing in rerolls. You got 5 against 2. But I suppose for FantFox's team, he's a lot more skilled agility-wise. So, I mean, it's interesting because we've got 2 KOs and an injury now for the Dark Elves, and only a knockout and a peasant death for the Bretonnians. So the Bretonnians are actually outnumbering them now.
Yeah.
So,
no, definitely. This is, like you said, I think FantFox is realizing he's not going to stop this score. I think he kind of, it's just a bad, like he's got a lower chance of stopping the score, but if he burns his rerolls, then he's going to be at a severe disadvantage and put himself kind of out of the running in overtime. So I don't know. Yeah. This is difficult.
It's tricky, isn't it? Because FantFox, he likes to be aggressive, and I love that about him. And he's got the pieces what can get that ball down. But the problem is, like, here we go again. There's a fail. He won't re-roll that.
Nope.
Oh, he stopped Trevel as well. Oh.
What?
He stopped Trevel, the agility 5 guy. One of his big pieces.
Yeah, he's stunned. Yeah, he's stunned. Right. That's the leaper too. That's the guy that you can't.
Yeah.
He's the guy that can pluck it out. Screw the cage. He's gonna make things happen. But he was looking to get him from behind, but was unable to make the dodges.
Yeah.
I mean, and I gotta say, like, this is it's just good placement by Sergio. He's basically, like I said, it's that small opening. He's giving him the openings. He's saying, "Come on my ball carrier. Come, spend the rerolls." It's risky though, because if it goes wrong for you, it's going right. It's going the way you want it. You put just enough dice rolls where eventually you're pretty sure he's gonna get burnt by one. But as you know, probably we all get burnt by these Dark Elf teams who you set them up for failure and they still make it. So.
Yeah. My 7-year-old has a message for his team FantFox.
What's the message?
Yeah, the message to him. What you just told me.
Stop rolling ones.
It's a good winning strategy. Very good winning strategy.
Yeah, he's not happy with that tackle. So
if FantFox isn't careful, he's going to lose a fan.
Yeah. Oh, he's not happy. He's not happy. But yeah.
This is no, and again, this is a good situation for the Bretts, right? They have 3 turns to burn pretty much before they score, right? Like they don't want to score too early and give the Devils the ball back. So, but their cage is deep enough; they don't really have to advance. Not much anyway. Not anytime soon. So they can just kind of sit here and do this, circle up the wagons and. Try to knock the numbers down for overtime.
Well, that's it, isn't it? It'd be interesting to see if they could go for the surf here. But then again, you'd have to knock him out when he's so no, he won't be able to.
So, Dinar in the chat says "Stop Rolling Ones" could be a T-shirt. It's actually also the name of Rez's MML team that's in the playoffs right now. It's the name of the whole team. "Stop Rolling Ones." By the way, Bernie, that score is now that game is in overtime now. It went 4-4 and it went into overtime.
Oh.
Yeah.
4-4. And we're in a 1-0 game and we're missing a 4-4. Yeah, I'll be about that.
Hey, but,
I'm sure our game is better.
And here comes the boom. There's our mighty blow guy, Luthar D'Artois, unable to get it done at first, but he decides to burn one of the rerolls. It's very important for him to clear Hans Gruber out of there. And it is worth it. I would say that's worth the reroll. That hurts.
Absolutely.
Badly hurt. And are we going to see FantFox burn the apothecary? Yes, the apothecary comes out. He says, "Fix him." FantFox says, "Fix him," and the apothecary does.
Yeah, it looks like my son's nodding in appreciation when I say, "Yep, good call."
Whenever the apothecary goes out, I don't know. I saw him put on a rubber glove, squirt some cream onto the glove, and next thing you know, the player was okay. And now he's packing up his doctor's bag, and he is leaving the stadium. His work is done here. And why is he smoking a cigarette on his way out? That's weird. I don't know.
Oh dear.
And we're going to see a one-die block now to cap this off. But first, the
Ooh, I
two-die
don't
block on
know.
the journeyman.
I don't. Well, yeah, 2 dice on a block and journeyman probably. Oh, he's going for
He's
the
trying to dodge
yeah,
with him.
Yeah, I can see why he did that.
Yeah, just keep everybody
I can
marked.
see why he did that. Yeah, but he's still sort of marking it. But yeah, it was a 3+. I can see why he did that. I think that made a lot more sense than the 1 dice block up here. But yeah, it's gonna be interesting because this witch elf can obviously, I think, it's got fend, but we could be getting a 1 dice block here from Voldemort of all people.
If FantFox can put a Delph right here. Now there's a side. That's a sidestepper, so it's not even. You can't even chain push to open up the ball carrier. What he can do, yeah, you're right, is the 1 die block on the peasant. If
Yeah.
successful in pushing
And
him
you've got
back,
Voldemort can go in.
yeah, then allows you to hit him twice with the witch elf. But you got to
saying that, you could. Yeah, I mean, if this is where Fend could fight Sergal in the back because, sorry, in the butt, because if the witch elf hits the peasant down, then you could dodge with Kaiser Sozo with a tackle piece, and then you could get him in for a 1 dice block, and he's got tackle.
Right.
That'd be a lot better than bringing Voldemort in.
Yeah, but like you said, Fend would keep the witch right where she is. She does have sidestep, but you might see the same technique of blocking up all the other spaces and her actually getting circled.
But what that Fend will do is he'll go against return because obviously they'll push the peasant away. Obviously, once it goes down, then obviously usually with frenzy you would then follow up, and then you'd have blocked any chance of hitting the ball carrier. But because he's got Fend, it would leave a space to hit the ball carrier. Is what I'm saying. So, but obviously FantFox decided to go a different way.
Yeah.
He's dodged the other person out of the way. And he rolled a 1 again. He's obviously not listening. Luckily, he has dodged.
And there goes a roundhouse kick from the left. Mao Thomas is stunned. That was violent. And the Joker's going to take a step back. It looks like Van is trying to whittle the numbers down, huh?
Yeah, that's a smart play. If you think you can't stop him, find injuries players, get the number advantage. But that poor Major Tom, I don't know what he said. He really has been beaten to a pulp. Really has. But, this... Oh, here we go. This is bubbling off quite nicely. Quite nicely, this is bubbling too.
Yeah. Yeah, I think
I think it's quite big. I think FantFox will make a play for the ball. Not this turn, obviously, but turn 15, I think he'll try and get the ball on the floor if he can.
Yeah.
With one of his leading guys.
Yeah, his leaping guy gets back up next turn, so if you're the Bretts, you got to be careful because that guy becomes a real danger.
Yeah, it depends if he can. Luckily for them, he's on the floor, isn't he? So.
Yep. So when he gets up, it'll take him they can move him. This ball carrier basically one more step, and he puts himself out of blitzing range.
Yeah.
From
absolutely.
the leaper. And Baltimore is going to get plastered again. Yeah, these Bretts are now going to establish. This is about to be. No, they can't really do a full deep cage down there though because of the presence of the witch elf. Unless again, unless he gets ballsy and says screw it, I'll put the guard piece in contact. I'll put 2 pieces in contact and construct the cage anyway.
Yeah, you could put it next to the TD zone. There you go. Yeah, exactly how to put it. You've got sidestep, so you're fine there. It's a shame we haven't got a peasant nearby, because I'd stamp all over that Voldemort. Yeah, just because he deserves it. Yeah, this is looking good. This is looking good from Sergal.
Yeah, very well done. This has been a display of tactics. This whole match has just been very, very
Yeah.
well done.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, both very good coaches. Like I said, a lot of people know FantFox's ability because he's obviously quite a famous chap in the PS4. And obviously getting to the final always helps your profile. So, you know, but I don't think as many people know Zergle as much. I mean, I'm luckily one of the few, probably I've seen more of his games than most. And he is fantastic. Like I say, I'd put him in the top 5 bracket.
That's a very, very high compliment.
And I would say to the people who are still in the competition, you're lucky he's gone returning because I think he's a lot better with like Lizard and stuff like that. So, you know, but he's just showing, you know, how good he is, and FantFox is showing how good he is. Like I say, and when you get to this level in the playoffs, all coaches have proven that they've got to have something about them to qualify, because there's a lot of good coaches that haven't qualified.
Yep.
And obviously FantFox, you know, he got to the final last season. He's already beat a tough opponent in Duran's Pal, and he's going close here as well. So, but it does look like we're going to overtime.
We will be seeing overtime. And speaking of overtime, the MML match is over. Stop Rolling Ones fell in overtime to the Princes of Ariak.
Oh, all
Princes
right.
of Ariak will advance. The number 1 seed holds on, but it was close. 5-4 victory. Hell of a score fest. Probably set some, maybe a record or two in there. MML postseason record in there or two.
Absolutely.
So now, as a standard procedure with FantFox, now we are a minute 15 in. Not one player has moved. He's masterminding the perfect defensive play. Whatever it is, it's going to have to be good, because this is his last shot before that Brett goes charging into the end zone. And all but
I mean, obviously, do you know about the mannequin challenge or the mannequin challenge?
I've heard something about it. I've heard people freezing and doing something to raise awareness of the violence against mannequins.
That's what we should do. We should do as a tribute when it's FantFox's turn, because we know he's going to take 3 minutes. We should just mannequin it. You know.
What is it? What is the mannequin challenge raising awareness for? Do you know?
I have no idea. I have absolutely no idea. All I've seen is people just stand there. It looks really good. You know, I have no idea what it's for.
Wait, are we going to foul the Brett? Is that what's going on? Are you going to foul the peasant?
Yeah.
They just have they have a bone to pick with Maho Tom.
It's obviously slept with somebody's wife.
Like him.
Really? Really?
So Fan is saying he's basically decided there's no real way I can get in here. I'm just gonna try to rock this Brett. With 3-die block. So he wants a 3-die block, and it did take all 3 dice, and the last one is the one that gets it done, but it doesn't do any damage. And you're gonna see the Brett's gonna charge this into the end zone, and unless FantFox manages to pull off the 1-turn touchdown with I don't think he has any movement plus.
I don't know if my son's trying to switch teams here. He said, "No, he said, Dad, can you imagine if them 3 dice all rolled skulls?" I said, "Yeah, I could, but I don't think FantFox could appreciate that."
And now are the Brett's gonna try to weigh some damage in here with that mighty blower. See, that guy might be worth. To me, that's worth the block. I think Luther D'Artois. If he can take another one of these elves out, helps himself out a little in overtime.
Yeah, but sometimes, you know, it's just best just to score.
Yeah, I get it, but what's the worst that could happen here?
Yeah,
I mean, how often do we see quad skulls, right? No, but in all seriousness, I mean, even if you get one set of skulls, you just took away a reroll, and then that evened it up. But again, I just think with Mighty Blow, your chances of hurting somebody are increased, and if you could take a blodger off the table like they're going to try to do right now, that would help you out in overtime.
Yeah, but don't forget we've already had quad skulls in this game in the first half on the Breaths.
Yeah, so now they're out of the way, right? They should never have. Lightning never strikes twice in this game.
Oh. Yeah.
He's safe. There's no way he's rolling. He's not rolling 12 quad skulls. Yeah, you don't burn this reroll. Please tell me he's not going to burn this reroll.
No.
Okay, he does not burn the reroll. And
Oh man, that would have been certainly causing that.
so
Oh dear.
not triple skulls, but there is a big blue arrow. And you are going to see Gautier de Coron
Overtime.
charge it to the end zone, spike it, kneel, pray to God, and then assume crucifix mode.
Absolutely.
Are we going to see FantFox come out and just try to do damage, or is there going to be a earnest one-turn try here?
He gets one of his guys back.
And he's going to get 2 shots to bring him back, and that peasant is out.
Oh no.
Yeah, that's going to dash the...
Still killed. It's not called V-Pal-V, is it?
The present?
Right. That breath's not V-Pal-V, is it? Because obviously my V-Pal-V.
That's not even a... Yeah, I thought that was a peasant for some reason. Not a peasant, it's a blitzer.
No,
that's that same
blitzer.
Mighty Blow blitzer has been out the entire game. The good news, though, for the Bretts is that that guy is he's going to get one more shot to wake up for overtime. But when they knocked him out, when they pushed him into the crowd, I mean, the fans must have really violated him. They stomped the crap out of him. They weren't nice.
Absolutely. Tristan L. Bandito, nicknamed V-Pal-V because he never gets up.
And he decides to just go straight across the board with this one-turn defense.
Let's go defense. Let's go defense. Yeah. It just better go to overtime. I'm going to be so upset if this doesn't go to overtime.
Would be pretty epic to see a one-turn touchdown here, though, as well.
No, it wouldn't. No, it wouldn't.
You just want every team to go. You want every game to go to overtime. Just more blood.
Yeah, because that's more Blood Bowl, isn't it? And it gets more exciting.
And
what do you think of What do you think of all this chaos in the bloody champion ladder? I'm not impressed.
It's kind of we go through this is Blood Bowl, and I said Blood Bowl is a perfect rock paper scissors game. It's the first season everybody tried to CPOM in the first season, and they were getting rocked for a while. So only a few coaches stuck with it, and I might have discouraged people by jumping out to like a strong lead in the beginning. So people were saying, well, I'm going to grab the other teams that were, that I know I can try to grab first place in for the race. But I think after the Orcs won in season 1, people started going heavy Orcs because they saw what Arzowain did with them. And then this season, I don't think Chaos has been as dominant. So now, I don't think the Orcs have been as dominant. I mean, although the 3-2-1 still, Dino's team still exists. So, you know what?
Yeah,
I don't know. I'm trying to make
power.
sense of something that I don't think I can make sense of. But I guess what I'm saying is that we go through different, kind of. People think chaosing is easy because of all the CPOM, and you quickly realize that, you might be able to build a kill team, and you might be able to take advantage of lesser skilled players, but it's not as easy as you think it is. And, to use chaos right, you have to build a balanced team. And when people figure that out, then they come off the chaos tip.
Yeah. I was quite surprised Nagel got no love this season.
There's,
I
think Mojo had a heavy Nurgle team, but it was recently decimated.
Oh,
so
yeah.
He's
had some really bad luck. He's had some really bad luck. I mean, it keeps rolling into the best players as well. Like what we'd say, class top 20 players. It keeps finding them.
And look at that.
No.
Wow, that could be a game changer. That could keep overtime from happening,
the ball's
and
gone
that
out.
could keep overtime from happening. A riot ensues. The crowd goes like the crowd is ready for overtime. One side starts cheering Dark Elves in overtime. The Bretonian fans say, "Screw you! It's Brett's in overtime," and they just erupt into a big fight. And while the refs are trying to separate it, they just stop the timer and say, "You know what? We're going to extend this game because we got to control this crowd." And now that the crowd is finally under control, the Dark Elves are going to have 2 turns to move it downfield.
They've
Which
obviously
is
been using the FantFox timer. Haven't they? They've obviously been using the FantFox timer. That's what's happened there. FantFox time, we'll call it.
But again, we've been talking about pretty much the continuous bad luck of Zergo 77. You know, and it goes back to that question: is you keep saying he's a great coach, but is it better to be a great coach or is it better to be lucky? Because in this case,
It's better not to be cursed. It's better not to be cursed. That's what it is. Even the Sergio 77, best coach ever. He'll never get beat. What's that? You give me the Bernie curse? That's what I'm conceding. Get it? But yeah, Nuffle, yeah, you can sort of win with the Nuffle curse, but you don't win with the Bernie curse, I'm afraid. Oh, I just feel
and
so
the
sorry
Joker's
for him
going
at
to
the moment.
open up. They've been picking on Tom the whole match, and they finally put him out. He's badly hurt. It's not a permanent injury, so you'll see Majo Tom in a future game if the Bretts can make it out of this. But ooh, it's looking, man. There's 2 turns for the Delves to score, and they just opened up a hole.
Yeah, it's. You'll have to ask him why on earth he picked on that poor peasant, because that peasant, almost every turn has been getting beaten. I mean, it does remind me of the beating the tree got in the 2 seasons. So, but he's just a poor little peasant. Dear me. But this is bad. This is bad.
Absolutely.
I have no idea what he's going to do. I don't even think Sergel can get out of this.
All right, so
But you see, that's the problem, isn't it? When you have all your team up, he didn't have to have his team like that. If you think about it, if it's a 1-turner,
yep.
You didn't have to have them all up there because you're not really stopping the 1-turner, really.
Yeah.
So maybe just thought, you know what?
Well, I think he wanted them up there so that he could, he could keep them from. He could keep the Dells from getting the angle on the hits that they needed, but
yeah,
the riot will mess you up. And she's a blood stepper, so they got to get the tackler on her. He's there though. If they can put the side stepper on the witch, it could cause a problem. But they got to make sure they eliminate her options.
They've gone into the opponent's tackle zone. They should be good.
Successful leap, and that's gonna. I don't know, man, because that's you've still like I think I would have maybe concentrated in again it's inexact science, but no, that's actually you got to cover that guy too. But to me, there you go. that could seal it. But that Agi 4 blood stepper, if he can get in there, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, he's gonna get 1 hit on the ball carrier. But even if he can mark him up, it'll cause issues.
Yeah.
Now everybody's been marked, and Sergel's got 1 turn to show us that it is a triple B rating, not the BernieBuffon curse.
Yes, that's some seriously bad luck. And FantFox is as good as a coach, takes advantage of it. Just thinking what it could do. Is he going to try and blitz the ball carriers, or is he going to blitz a hole to get quite a few players around them? Oh, that's interesting.
It is, yeah, so he's cleared a hole.
But actually, that's his diving tackle guy as well.
That is the diving tackle guy. That's the guy you needed to put on the ball carrier. So that hurts. I guess he's figuring he's not going to get. I mean, if you were going to do that, you could at least blitzed. Yeah, I don't like that.
You can get the wrestle guy. You can get the wrestle guy there. Could he get 2 dice? I don't think. I don't know. Has he got guard, that guy? Oh, he's got guard. Right, you can get 2 dice. I see what he's doing. Full Quez or Padro. Yep. Yeah, but there's a guy with wrestle and guard, so you can put him in there and he'll get 2 dice with it'll be Louis El Rudo will have to do it. If he does it with anybody else, it'll be risky. He can't really do it with a strip baller, unless he's... Yeah, here we go. Bang him in there. Then that gives him 2 dice. And it's a wrestling piece as well. Oh, my word!
Oh, he's going with the wrestler strip baller. Oh, no, he's not. Wait,
no, he's not. Whoa! Okay, I am now confused with that. Whoa!
A lot of dodges.
Well, they had to retreat.
And at first you don't succeed, try again. He does not succeed, and that's why you wanted that. You needed that diving tackle piece. I think. That's really gonna hurt.
Then that's game over.
Just about.
I mean, luckily he's got sidestep, but no tackle.
He does a sidestep, so it's gonna make it a little harder for her, but. No, he's still got. He can get the wrestler up there, somewhere in the vicinity.
All them rolls, and not one failed until he got to the dice.
Yeah.
Four dice.
Looking less and less like we're going to overtime, but this is not a foregone conclusion. And finally, dodge fails. Jovan Burt is unable to make the dodge. Fails with the 2, and how will the Fox respond? That may have been the 1 dodge too many, because that's going to allow FantFox now to pull up an extra guy unimpeded from midfield and roll less to get somebody up there to help out. But still, it's not a done deal with this witch.
It's just a shame. I mean, I can see why he didn't do the diving tackle guy, because obviously he was there to make the space. So I get that. It's just a shame he couldn't get him in there, because obviously the -2 to dodge would have been very nice. But we'll see. There we go. And that's it.
Yep.
So.
FantFox seals it, and last year's finalist, FantFox, who came in our runner-up, came in 2nd place, advances to the 3rd round in a very tough match from a worthy opponent, and that's the Nobles Hispanos' first loss, right, of the season?
Yeah, they've lost 3 already, but
Oh, they lost 3. Okay, I'm sorry. Then this wasn't one of the undefeated teams. Sorry, it's
No, it wasn't. No. Yeah, you got a feel for him. I mean, everything seemed to transpire against him.
Tough, man.
But without taking anything. He played really well, and he got it done. I just feel for Sergio. It felt like he was careful.
If my screen has gone blank, by the way, for a second, because I'm inviting both players to see if they want to join into the chat for questions. So I'll be showing the stats again. Don't worry if you're watching. But yeah, if we don't hear from them relatively really soon, we'll cut the feed. But another exciting conclusion. These games have been no joke. And if you look at the SPP here, Bellatrix Lestrange coming up big. She wins the MVP. Nothing crazy on the stats. The 4 KOs inflicted, and that one blitzer that didn't want to get up was a big deal, though. I think that really
it was terrible, wasn't it?
Yep.
I mean, it's so annoying when it's a big piece as well.
Yep.
Obviously it was. It's unfortunate.
And we've actually just been joined by FantFox. So congratulations, Fant. Moving on to round 3. How does it feel?
I think I got a bit lucky there. In fact, I know I did.
Steady positioning from you throughout. I mean, the game necessarily relies on luck, but yeah, he was constantly hounded by Nuffle. Um,
Yeah.
it was a tough go, but again, I've said this over and over again. Like lesser coaches would not have been able to capitalize the way you did, because you frankly dealt with it very well. He dealt with all of his bad luck in a very, very good, like very competent manner, and even major touchdown at the end, still very, very hard. So, hats off to
Yeah,
him.
no,
Very
he
game well played.
really did. He really did, and I was trying to work out what the best play was to do at the end, whether to 1 in 36 effectively dodge with the Witch Elf, or to try and get that tackler off her. And I decided in the end that the 1 in 36 was probably the best thing to do. But yeah, I mean, look, even in sort of turn 3 or 4, he rolled dub skulls into dub skulls, didn't he? Which sort of opened up his defence a little bit, enabled him to get on the right side and reposition and play around with him a bit. And yeah, it was. But the annoying thing was he changed his one-turn touchdown defence. That was the worst thing of all. So I'd spent a bit of time working out how to one turn with the defence that he'd used previously, and then he changed it. So I didn't know how to one turn with that one, and so I tried to try and work it out within 3 minutes, and I'm not sure whether I'd done it or not, and I got phenomenally lucky with that run.
So going to looking at the schedule here, so it looks like you're going to advance to round 3, and you'll be playing the winner
Space
of the Froth
Meteors,
Fighters, versus the Space Meteors. So the next team that you're going to get actually is this will be a team that has played as few games as you probably. Both of these teams, I think. Well, actually, no, the Froth Fighters have played a lot, but they've been cut down significantly because of injuries. So you'll be sitting somewhere around the same TV is what I'm guessing.
Yes, yeah. I'll probably be a little bit above them, to be honest. I think with the addition of Montgomery Burns, who with his first block, I think he managed to kill someone today. So I'm pretty impressed with his arrival on the team.
Vicious.
Yeah, he was very vicious.
Yes, excellent. And out of the,
that's exactly what I was doing at the time.
with the fingers and everything, with twiddling the fingers.
Yes.
Out of the Froth Fighters and the Space Meteors, if you had it your way, which one do you think's the better matchup for you? If you have an opinion.
I really don't know. I had a quick look at them today to try and work out, in part, what level ups to take on the Joker and the Postman, because ironically they both rolled agility.
Oh wow!
So I didn't know whether to go in there with 4 Agi 5 guys. But I thought, on the basis that the Postman scored the last touchdown in the previous match and was in cover at the time when he made the reception, I thought he definitely deserved the agility, whereas the Joker, the strength 4 guy, needed some tackle with those sidestepping, blodging blitzers on the Brett side. Oh my days, they are the bane of my life. I just couldn't take them down. That was somewhat frustrating. Those guys were. The only way to get one of them off the pitch was to surround him, as you saw on turn 7, I think.
Right, that took some real dedication and to dedicate.
I imagine that was. I imagine there were some eyebrows raised in the commentary booth about. Does FantFox know what turn it is?
Yeah, we definitely said something like that.
Yeah, I'm sure it was.
It was risky. I mean, it worth it though, because that guy that you took off ended up being gone for the rest of the match.
No, he didn't. No, he was the AV7 Agi 4 guy. Sadly, he wasn't. But,
okay, so that guy didn't sit out the whole match. Am I confusing them? Because I know there was a Mighty Blow guy off the pitch for the entire match, but I guess they switched out which one it was.
Was KO'd. The Agi 4 guy came back on immediately because he just went straight to the subs bench, which I was a little sad about, because I would have really liked to see the back of him, knowing he was the ball handler, ball carrier, and the main man for the Bretts. But I was a little frustrated with my cage breaking attempts as well. or I thought I had negotiated a nice path through to get 2D on the ball carrier with the strength 4 guy, only to discover there was a flipping guard piece in the way, which gave me a 1D. Oh well. I think I was lucky to win that, to be honest. Knuckle was finally smiling at me.
I mean, you definitely had luck on your side, but lucky to win it, I wouldn't characterize it that way. Bernie, you got questions for Fant?
Yeah, is my check in the post? You know, for not tipping you.
You're checking the post. Oh, it's about time you stopped tipping me, Bernie. It's about time you stopped.
I also cursed your opposition, didn't I? I said not Segal, but he had drastically bad luck. It looked like it'd been cursed. That's what we said, didn't we? It looked like it'd been cursed.
Well, he did get tipped by a certain person, didn't he, Bernie?
He did, didn't he? He did.
The triple E rating went bad.
Yeah, I blame Jest, because Jest was saying, "Oh, it's all real nice. Oh, it's good this year. This curse. It's not a curse." And look what happened to poor Segal.
There was a BernieBuffon bubble, and it burst.
Oh yeah.
That's a quadruple B for you right there. The BernieBuffon bubble burst.
Yeah. I mean, the thing was my little one, my youngest came in and he was, "Oh, FantFox is playing. FantFox is playing." So he's obviously famous even in this household. And obviously he was extremely happy. He was going to be a bit annoyed when he started rolling them ones because he was getting a bit upset because obviously he wanted you to win. So I'm like, oh my god. So
I was getting a bit upset as well.
I bet you was, yeah.
Ones no on any days.
So like, he came onto the chat, did my 7-year-old, and gave some advice to you. And then ever since then, you did really well. Yeah.
Excellent. Well, I'll watch the replay of that and see what he makes of my play.
Oh yeah, he's your biggest fan, so you know he's happy now. He's happy. He was a bit upset because I said, "Oh, he might not win this," and but he's happy now. You've won, so I've got a happy 7-year-old, so that's good. That's good. But yeah, well done.
Is my check in the post, Bernie?
For what?
Is my check in the post for happy 7-year-old?
That is worth something.
Yeah. But I mean, I will say though, guys. I will say I did say at the beginning of this playoff thing. The finalists would be FantFox and Serious Jest, so that prediction's still on.
Could be the way it's going, but I got to make it past a very tough orc team. And that game, by the way, Swagger Squad versus Here for Another Beer happens on Monday night at I want to say 2200 GMT. Yep, no, 2300 GMT. That's when it goes. So tune in for that. I think Bernie, you've already committed to announcing, right?
That one, yeah. I mean, when they're late, that's like after 11 GMT. Anytime after 11 GMT, I'm usually free to do any sort of announcing. So yeah, I'll definitely be doing that one with the Swagger Squad against DNR. So that's gonna be another big game. Expecting a lot of blood.
You might be free to help them announce it, Fant?
Monday 11, possibly. I can let you know later on Monday, but
sounds good.
Yeah, I might well be around.
Awesome.
So yeah, if if it goes the way I expect it to, it should go into overtime and be an absolute bloodbath. It really should.
As one of the teams remaining, I hope it really is a bloodbath.
Yeah.
Well, you won't see us for another couple games anyway. You won't see either of us we're far down your horizon, so you can cheer us on for now.
Oh yeah, I'll cheer every single pal, and every foul and every injury roll.
Yeah. It'll be FantFox will say, "Please, Baltimore, you get through as well." So then Swagger's got to go through the Orcs, and he's got to go through the Nagel. By that time he ends up playing FantFox, we'll only have about 5 players left. So
So we're already operating under a full roster, so hey, it's all the same to us. You just keep dodging.
Buying players every round at the moment. Crazy.
Me and FantFox, if we make the finals, FantFox and I will put on a bigger elf stall than round 1. You wait and see.
No. We're going to go for the... Did you see the PC match? The High Elves against the Wood Elves?
No, I didn't see it.
Arians Wood Elves. Oh, wow. It was 4-4 at full time.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
I should know it's not the MML one.
The MML
no,
one
not the
was
MML,
was
it's
like
the-
that. The MML one was 5-4 as well. Yeah, elf
Really?
matches are usually kind of known for being that, but I think Demented and I set a new kind of elf match model here for the Champion Cup, where we go 2-1. I think FantFox and I can stall it out even more, maybe make it like a 1-0 in overtime in kicks.
I'm sure we can.
We will probably do our best to do that anyway.
Oh, I don't
To be
know. I
fair,
don't know.
Anyway,
know.
but yeah, I got a lot of matches to get through before I can start thinking about FantFox in the finals. So we'll see.
The thing with FantFox is an entertainer. He's not going to bore to death the fans. So if you start pulling
Absolutely
that,
not.
you start pulling that crap again, FantFox is going to come into your cage, take your ball, and say thanks, mate, and you're out.
And run up the
FantFox
score.
ain't having any of that. Yeah, absolutely.
Never stall.
We're not having that for a final. We're not having that for a final.
Postman. An AG5 postman, he's not going to stand for that. He's going to be in there.
I tell you what, though, these postmen, I mean, I know it's done for a bit of a joke, but some of these postmen are seriously good. I mean, V's postman completely messed with Arzawin's head because he could have gone for the score and he's like, I am going past the postman, I can't
Yeah.
go past him. And then your
That guy always
postman just
delivers.
like, double coverage done, but I just saw him the ball, catch and score anyway. Don't worry about it. Piece of cake, I always deliver.
No danger. No danger. Little 3+2+ dodge.
Yeah, no problem. No problem. So the postman, instead of Return of the Jedi, it's Return of the Postman, or the Postman Strikes Back. So, Gil Carnival. And then we've got the Sheriff next season, so yeah, fantastic.
You may actually note that I did have a sheriff on my
You did?
team today.
You
I
did?
did. Sadly, he's badly hurt. I think for the next match.
Yeah,
he
he
may.
got.
Oh, he's niggled. He's niggled as well. Oh dear.
Oh, that's,
bad news.
what one thing we did pick up on the game when we obviously were watching it is your hatred for this Major Tom peasant. What did this
Yeah.
Major Tom peasant do to you?
You just kept going at that same peasant the whole match.
He's AV7. That's what he did to me. He's AV7. I figured that he was the best one to remove. But
The common folk
whatever
need
he's
to
done-
die.
Well, exactly. We're not having commoners on the same pitch as us. Dear. We must get rid of him.
We hadn't seen a bigger beatdown since the tree got beat twice in 2 seasons, and then you just come in. There's plenty of peasants, but no, that peasant's getting it. Until he's injured, we keep hitting him. No matter about the ball, he's going down first. I mean, it's
That's
just
how it works.
brutality. Absolutely,
Pick
we
one
loved
target,
it.
apply everything until it's gone, then move on to the next one. I think
Was
that's
you
the walk methodology.
was you surprised I didn't foul you though? I was disappointed I didn't
Yes.
foul you.
The
I
entire
wasn't
match.
surprised. I was surprised.
I don't think he gave him
actually
that
thought-
many opportunities, though.
Well,
I think he
don't know,
needed all of his
I felt
guys.
I didn't like where the kick went immediately as the start of the match, right in the corner at the front, which was hideous because I couldn't even, the guy I wanted to hold the ball couldn't even get there, and I sort of had to try and cage up around that and even try the pass to just try and
Get it back to
make
your
it a
ball
little
carrier.
safer. But then I was aware, I charged my strength 4 guy at the at that AG4 AV7 blitzer, knowing that he had diving tackle and got the push as predicted.
Right.
And followed up and just left myself in an absolutely horrible position. I should not have followed up in any way, shape or form, and that really caused me a difficulty because I then had to try and dodge away, and he had the diving tackle, and I was dodging into a tackle zone, and it was not pretty. I was conscious there were a couple of misplays on my part, even as I did them and I was doing them, and I thought, oh, what are you doing, FantFox? I will definitely be watching the replay and trying to eradicate those from my game. Because there were a few errors here and there, and we need to sort that out. My TV is now 1900, which
Wow, you're getting
has
up there.
grown massively.
You are
Yeah,
getting
well,
up
I
there.
had 300 TV out for this match, including the Strength 4
that's
multi-blow blitzer. The movement busted. He's now movement 6, thanks to Duran. I think Duran maybe twice did him movement busted him. So yeah.
Yeah, your
In
team is
the two
1900,
matches
but
we
you got
played.
you got 60 bloat as well, 60 goal bloat. And what's crazy is your team doesn't have that many games under its belt either. 16-3-3.
Yeah.
I mean, including this win. And you got
Yeah,
up
well, I
there
mean, I
pretty
think I
fast.
was paying the price in part for not having played the matches for the rookie linemen because they just they go down 50% every time when you're blitzing
Right.
them, and it's hence why I said last time that I really wished I'd played a few more matches or had the time to play a few matches with them to just to level those guys up and just give them a bit more protection.
Right.
It's hey ho, not a lot I can do.
Unless you have anything else for Fant, this concludes
No,
the.
just well played, mate. I think when you listen to the commentary, we did feel sorry for Sergel a lot, but not to take anything away from you because you just did like good coaches do. You just took advantage of the situation and you won. So congratulations again. And that team's scary now. No them stat increases. You've got a postman as well. You see, that's something he hasn't got this series, Jess.
So much green.
He hasn't got a postman. So,
And I'm a postman
Well,
this
if you
season.
don't
I
have a
couldn't.
postman,
I
he
couldn't
can have a
make it.
postman.
and I can
That's it.
heartily recommend moving your training camp to the Dark Side Indians now evacuated base because that's where the Mom Didn't Hug Me Enough team are based this season, and hence why they've got all these stat increases. So
Crazy.
I can
The
only
number of
say
stat
there's something in the
increases.
water there.
Yes, yeah.
I'll
But
turn
I
some
think
down.
this
This
team
was
now,
even worse.
this team's scary. I mean, this team might even be favourite now. Because with these stat increases,
Bernie,
they'll
stop
match.
hitting.
They will match up well against Froth Fighters and they'll match up well against Space Meteor. So you'd expect him to beat them, and he'll get my tip against either of them too.
Oh, no.
And then
Bernie, stop it. Stop it, stop it, stop it.
is that checking the post yet? But no,
Yeah.
honestly, honestly, mate, really well played. You're probably the most popular coach in our household. More popular than even me. How dare you be more popular than me? And even more popular than the man himself, Serious Jest. So you're obviously doing something right.
That is
So
high praise
well
indeed.
done. It is. It's for my clan. But
Indeed.
yeah, honestly, well played, mate. I just hope, after obviously the heartache of last year, you go one further this year and win it. So good luck, boy.
Thanks very much. And Sergel, if you're listening to this, very well played. You did, made it very, very difficult for me. So, commiserations.
Both coaches did a great job. Thank you to everybody who tuned in, and thank you to everybody who was in the chat. Check out the forums, which I posted the link to in the chat. Those are the general forums. You can find out Blood Bowl information on there from the developers. And also, if you look at the competition series folder and go to the PS4 subfolder, I will keep posts going on what's going on with the playoffs and stuff like that. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. This has been the Cabalvision Official Champion Cup first game of the second round. 3 more to go. And again, don't forget to tune in. Swagger Squad will be facing off against Here for Another Beer Monday night, 2300 GMT. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. And we are out.